What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm so stoked to get the 370 running. So I got a bunch of new stuff for it. I got the subframe, finally came in. I've been waiting for it forever. That's what it feels like. It's the last thing I needed before I can assemble everything and then finally get the car running. So hopefully by the end of this video I can have the car on all fours and maybe just drive it up and down the driveway. Still has pop tires, so I have two 19s that are sitting right there, but I'm still gonna need two more. But along with the subframe, I also got a new steering rack from a Nismo with 3,000 miles, so this steering rack should be mint. Also with all the other arms that I got, also from the same Nismo, so big shout out to that guy. He hooked it up big time. He actually got like a Super Crash Nismo 2018 and put that VQ37 HR inside of a 280Z. So hopefully if I find out his Instagram by the end of this video, I'll throw it down below, but if not, then yeah, you're just gonna have to live with that. The steering rack does need a little bit of love to make it work. One of the lines are pinched. I'll show you guys right here. So here we got the freshy steering rack and the brand new subframe. Right here you can see that this line is pinched, I believe from taking the engine out. That's what it looks like to me. But yeah, hopefully when I take out my steering rack, my little cable or line is good and I can just replace it, and then it'll be should be Gucci. I also borrowed this beam from Mike Jones, and it's holding up the engine. I had to take off the intakes. I just did this real quick last night, so this morning I can be all set up and I can start getting the subframe out. So this is another arm that I got. It's a front lower driver's control arm. I have the front upper in right now, and I also, off camera, got the rear lower control arm in on this wheel, so this is not bent anymore, which is cool. Still needs a huge alignment, but it's not bent anymore. But you can see right here, subframe crunched in completely. You can see that circle is supposed to be a circle like this side, but it's all bent in, and yeah, gotta replace this whole subframe because of it. I got some of the bolts off. I got that little cover that hides the steering rack. I believe I have to take out the steering rack first, which is going to be pretty easy. I just have to take off that tie rod on that side, then I can slide it through after I get the lines off. But hopefully this goes really smoothly. I have to take off this front beam, which is broken, but I'm going to try to salvage this and run it. But if not, I will end up replacing that one day. It doesn't seem too bad, and I think I could probably pull it out a little bit when I do have the radiator out and everything. It's gonna be somewhat of a drift car, so I'm not really worried about that too much. So yeah, I guess the only thing I have to do is get that tie rod off, and I was going to take off the steering rack, but I'm gonna try to just drop the whole thing. So first things first, I'm gonna try to get this front beam out of the way, and then hopefully it gives us enough room to drop the rest of the subframe. I'm a dirty man, but that was a lot easier than I honestly thought. It was just probably like 10 bolts and the subframe is out. You can see right there, completely dropped. I was afraid it was going to come out super awkward, but I guess I won't know that until I put the new subframe in. But yeah, it was just a couple of 17s and 14s on this side, and then same thing on the other side. Then I had to disassemble the steering rack little groove thing and just pop right out. So now what I have to do is disconnect the power steering lines from the steering rack, disconnect that little harness, and then I should be able to slide this whole subframe out. Also took another look at the little front cross member support for the radiator. Busted through right there, and that is where the radiator is leaking, which is a bummer. So I'm gonna have to replace that little metal thing. Gonna have to replace the radiator support and the radiator. Hopefully the guy with the Nismo has all that stuff and I can get it for a good deal. It's funny because everything that I've gotten is from this Nismo. Basically my car's like a Nismo now. Comment down below if I should put a Nismo badge on my 3.7. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So now the fun part. Gotta disconnect those lines, drain the power fluid, and get this whole subframe out. Then we can see if those lines are replaceable for the new one, which I hope they are, because if not, then I'm flocked. Alright, super easy to get that harness off. Now I'm about to drain the power steering fluid. Hopefully I don't get this everywhere, but it's so funny, I don't hold the camera the whole time, but I'm holding it well. I need two hands. This is very stupid of me. Woo. Look at that. Subframe is completely out. So what I am trying to do right now is take out that little line, because like I said before, squashed on the new one. But look how clean this new one is compared to this one. 200,000 miles, 3,000 miles. Pretty crazy. So it looks like my plan is working. I just have to take out these 12 millimeters and then pop that brake line off, or power steering line, and then we're gonna pop it back onto this one, and hopefully it's all Gucci, and then we can just bolt that steering rack onto the subframe, and then I think it's time to put it all in after that. This is going to be really exciting to see this car all straight and be able to roll, but I still need to get those tires for it to completely roll, and I still got to figure out this tie rod situation. So luckily this new steering rack came with new tie rods, but I believe that one side is bent. Hopefully this side is good, but when I spin this bolt, it's spinning the stud with it, so I think that's a no-go. So I'm gonna have to figure out one of those, but in the meantime I can still put everything back together and then have this car with the subframe in it and not be supported by that little beam. So the steering rack bolts up and everything. I got the new line on, and as soon as I started tightening it, it's stripped. I believe it was stripped from it being crushed, but I got it tight in there. I assume it's most likely gonna leak. That all sucks. Maybe I can get that one retapped or something by somebody who knows what they're doing. But yeah, got it all assembled. I still got to get some new lines on there so that I can get it all the way to the power steering from I think this side right here, and then that goes to the power steering cooler and the pump. But yeah, looks really good. I'm gonna take a break right now. It's about 9 a.m. I've been up since midnight. Gonna take a nap. I'm gonna wake up hopefully like around 3 p.m. and then yeah, get back to doing this and get the subframe in, get all the new lines in, get all the power steering all together, and then yeah, get rid of that beam because I'm gonna have a new subframe to put it on. That feels 100 times better. Just woke up from a huge nap and we're back to work on the Z. So I kind of did a bunch of stuff without showing you guys. This side assembly isn't on, obviously, but the whole new subframe is on and bolted on. I got, if you guys remember, this is the crash side. I got everything bolted up. The suspension, or the strut, is bent, so I'm gonna have to get a new one of those, but I'm just gonna run it just for now. But got the upper control arm that was broken, got the lower control arm that was broken, and I got the whole hub assembly connected on there. I still have some harnesses dangling. After wrestling for about 30 minutes, I finally got this whole thing on. So the problem was that the bottom of the strut bolt was welded on. Just kidding, it was just super stuck. I couldn't get it off for the life of me. But yeah, looks like I got it all on there now. This side does look like it's poking out a little far, which is weird, but I don't see how it could be because it's got a new subframe. But I guess it maybe just looks like that because it doesn't have a fender or anything. So now that this is pretty much done, I just gotta tighten some stuff up and then clean it up. I ordered some things for the Z. So one thing that I ordered is a new fender. That's gonna be, I think it says it's gonna be here on the 19th or sooner. But yeah, new fender is gonna tidy it up a lot. And then I'm waiting on a deal on a headlight. If anybody knows somebody with a driver's side headlight, or maybe even both for a good deal, let me know. I'll cop them. Also ordered 2 new tires for the fronts. You guys know that 3 of the 4 tires are popped, and I have 2 drift spares on the side of the house, but I ordered 2 brand new tires for the fronts. Also going to buy that sway bar from the guy with the Nismo. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked on how everything is going so far. Still concerned about why this is pushed out so far, but we shall see when the time comes. Next day, just got back from Costless Auto Parts. Got me a new tie rod for this side, so I didn't finish buttoning everything up because this side bolt, I'm sure you can't see it right there, but right there on the end of the outer tie rod just completely just was spinning. So got a new one. Hopefully this one is all Gucci. It was 45 bucks from Costless, so pretty good deal. Gonna pop that one on, and then hopefully I can at least reverse this thing outside of the garage, and it can actually be sitting on all 4s. Got all 4 wheels on, they're all flat, but got a new battery. So I'm gonna start her up, gonna get her inside the driveway so I can clean up before I do a little bit more work on this thing. maybe even reverse it so the engine is facing that way. That'll be a lot extra room for me. But yeah, we're gonna come in here and start it and then see how she sounds. Hopefully she doesn't blow up as soon as I start it. Gotta replace the terminal, but whew, got some power obviously. Let's go, baby. She sounds completely mint. Oh crap, I need power steering. Gotta put some power steering fluid in. Probably should turn her off. Damn, that sucks. We got the power steering inside the car. We bled it, turning the wheel side to side, and it doesn't seem like it has any leaks and it doesn't make any noise anymore, so that's really good. We're gonna start the car. We're gonna get the car back into the garage because I just got done buttoning everything up. I did the subframe reinforcements and what else did I do? And I got all the harnesses back in their place with the nuts and bolts and everything. So the thing is all tidied up underneath. All I'm waiting for is the fender and the headlight, pretty much the body parts and tires. As soon as I get the tires, I can get an alignment. As soon as I get the alignment, I can drive it around. And as soon as that's all done, I can slowly get body parts. I ordered a fender because that's the one thing that I have to get online. Other than that, I have to wait for a deal on a headlight and a deal on a front bumper. So I'm happy that everything is going smoothly so far. Hopefully nothing is crazily bent or something. I'm pretty sure that tie rod over there is a little bit bent. You know, I bought that new one. I didn't end up putting it in because I actually got the bolt on the old one. It doesn't seem bent, so after I get the alignment and everything, I'll figure out if it's bent or not. I probably won't get an alignment if it's bent. They'll probably tell me before the alignment. We're gonna get it back into the garage. I love the way this thing sounds. It runs amazing. The AC is completely ice cold, but it sounds pretty good. One thing is weird is that it's not getting any temperature in the oil. I don't know if the oil pressure, the oil temperature is good or anything, but no lights on the dash anywhere, which is surprisingly, yeah, the new battery is really good for it. Still got almost a half a tank of gas, so that's pretty cool. No radio. The sport mode works. You can see when I press the S, right there it's on, and then I turn it off, so that works. Let's get this thing in the garage. Flat tires and all, but feels great. Steering wheel's completely upside down, but we'll fix that. So I think I'm gonna end it off here, guys. I got a lot of work done on this car. I didn't really record me turning any wrenches, just because it was like, honestly, it just was really irritating trying to get everything to fit, but I'm happy everything is in, and this car's like 10% Nismo. So I'm gonna end it here. Peace out, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and yeah, peace out.